Hello, welcome everybody to this episode of Sick Jam Sundays. Today we're back to discuss an emo EP from 1997 by the band Everyone Asked About You. It's their self-titled EP. With me to I'm Stefan. With me to discuss it, I have my brother Alex,
Yo.
Ishmael Fisher,
What's up?
and Alex.
Who's not his brother.
Oh
Yes, that's me.
Yeah, get ready for some good old Alex confusion in this discussion.
I hate it. In every single class I ever was in, there was at least one other person that's named Alex. And I was always the uncoolest one.
We'll call you the anime Alex for the sake of this discussion.
No.
Play around. Okay, so
We haven't even finished the intro and we're already off track.
Yeah.
good, as it
Perfect.
should be. Well, let's get us back on track. Did you guys know about this album before I showed it to you guys?
No,
No.
first time I heard it was last year. In spring,
me
I
too.
think.
Yeah, because I posted this in the record store. By the way, join the Sketchy People Plaza Discord server, link in the description. And I had found it because a bunch of my online friends, like who are typically just the biggest emo haters in the world, like they only like Brave Little Abacus and I wrote haikus about cannibalism in your yearbook and stuff like that, all gave it like 4 out of 5 stars, like by default. And I was like, oh man, this has to be something good then. And I remember it starts. What's the first song on the album called?
Paper
Airplanes,
Airplane.
Paper Hearts.
Paper Airplane, Paper Heart. That guitar intro just at the very beginning, just can we just even talk like just the first like couple seconds of the first song is just like some of the most like emotionally powerful music I've ever heard.
I think what it is for me is like none of these riffs or anything is like complicated, or the lyrics, but it's like not catchy in the sense of like it gets stuck in your brain, in your ears, but it's like it catches your heart.
It
if that makes
captures
sense.
you emotionally in the moment.
Yeah.
As soon as you
Yeah.
hear
Absolutely.
the opening riff, you drift into this zone of butterflies in your stomach and summer breeze and falling in love for the first time when you're like 16, you know?
Absolutely. The entire album is just absolutely it captures, as I say in my video, check out my YouTube channel, link in the description. As I say in my video about this EP, it's the musical equivalent of falling in love, of that like nice, warm, happy feeling. And Alex, Neon Alex, as you said, it's very simple. Like here, I'm gonna read out the first lyrics that are said on the album. There's an ache in my bones, I can feel it. There's an ache in my heart, and I can feel it breaking through. And it's not the most complex prose in the world or anything like that, but it's so emotionally powerful. The thing though with those first 2 lines, there's this crescendo that happens after those 2 lyrics. And I don't know about you, maybe it's just me, but that crescendo, just like, and I can feel it breaking through, and everything cuts away. The drums have been playing the beat the entire time. Start doing that 8th note crescendo thing, that bop, 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 bop. That combined with I think this was like recorded to tape and then put on vinyl.
Yeah.
Because everything kind of has like it sounds a little bit out of tune and stuff like that. And there's like, at the very least with the recordings that I found, there's a lot of vinyl noise and shit like that.
Yeah. I tried to like learning some of the riffs, and it's not tuned properly, so I assume it was on tape.
Yeah, it gives it this nice warm character too that really adds to like the butterflies in your stomach feeling that you get from listening to it. But no, just that entire first song is basically completely based around there's an ache in my bones, I can feel it. There's an ache in my heart, and I can feel it. And it's great. Other Alex, as you said, it's that buildup of young love. Like at the start, we're just like, we're lightly whispering it, and then almost as like that crescendo is acting as the realization, the flushing of your
Then
face
it's
when you
breaking
realize,
through.
oh my god, yeah, and it's breaking through, and you realize it. And by the end, we're fucking screaming, "There's an ache in my bones, I can feel." Like it's one of the best hooks on the entire EP. I always scream along to it.
Yeah,
whenever
they
I listen to
repeat
this
it like
album.
20 times.
Yeah. Which is
Exactly.
Which is like, it's true to the emotion, because like when you fall
Yes.
in love, you just think one thing like constantly, and it's just repeating. That's what it is. And it's like building
over and
up the
over.
butterflies while you just repeat that line in your head. It's amazing.
So gorgeous. Like, it's the most, okay, it's not the most twee emo thing I've ever heard. That probably still goes to the motifs. But like, it just, every single time, without fail, it just puts that feeling in my stomach of just like, falling in love. Which I don't know about any other music that you guys have listened to, but nothing else has done that for me. Nothing has made me feel that emotion in music.
I'm sure it has, but like this one, it's definitely has like a special place in my heart.
That specific emotion, I'm not so sure, but yeah. Well,
First time I listened to Barbie Girl, and I was like, "Oh, young love." me listening to Best Friend by Aqua, and I'm like, "Oh, Aqua is hyperpop, by the way." Same thing with Stravinsky. Enough about hyperpop. Rest in peace, Sophie. So the first song is pretty much all based around that main idea of like, oh, I'm catching feelings for someone. And this album has a really nice like movement between itself. Like, it's not a lot of emo EPs just like, have an emotion, they leave it, and then you move to the next song. But the next song, Me Versus You, is all about like, really sitting down with these feelings, reconciling with them, and starting to really accept that, yes, I do have feelings for someone, and it's not an aching feeling. It's,
it's love.
It's like it moves away from your heart and to your brain. Like, the lyrics, all of my waking time, you're on my mind. I don't know what to do. I don't know why. That's the lyrics.
Yeah.
And also, again, these lyrics, like, here's the lyrics, like, just between me and you, I think I'm in love with you. Like, very, very simple lyrics.
That's like from a love letter you wrote at like 14 and passed on to your crush during class. It's
you were like, oh man, you kind of and you, I'm.
But I don't know. It also kind of indicates that it's just that it's something very intimate that you don't necessarily want to scream out to the world, but it's just happening between these two persons.
Yeah. The lead singer Hannah Vaughan is incredibly emotive. She does maybe controversial opinion. She might be my favorite singer in all of emo. Of just her ability to just take the emotional message of whatever track she's singing on and translate it beyond perfectly. Like, I can't think of any other singer that could take the lyrics just between me and you, I think I'm in love with you, and convey all of those, like, love notes passed during math class connotations that comes with. I don't think any other singer can do that. I think she is greatly underrated.
I agree with you 100%.
And also a lot of these songs, like, just as with the first one where, at the start we're like lightly whispering, there's an ache in my bones and I can feel it. By the end of this song, we are also once again screaming, just between me and you, I think I'm in love with you. And I love that. It's just like, you have just this boiling over emotions of feelings of love and stuff like that. And it's, it's like good music. Do you know whenever that happens? And you hear some good fucking music, do you know how rare that is?
Oh yes, it's so rare.
I think it's more like literally like every single aspect of this EP like working together so well, like up to like the texture of like the instruments, the voices, like everything. It's just like I don't know. It's perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
For what it wants to be.
Unit. It's also how the narrative of the process of falling in love spans across all 4 songs, and it really is that, like, those 4 seasons of falling in love. As you said before, it's breaking through at the start, then it gets into the mind, you really feel the emotion and you want to share it with that person, and then next song.
Yeah, it's days like this that make me wish the summer lasted forever. This one,
that's the most beautiful part for me personally.
That's when you fall in love and the other person has as well, and you just stare in that moment and it just lasts forever.
You want it to last forever because everything's clear in that phase.
Like the fucking again, I just love doing this, taking it out of the context of the song. But here's the ending lyrics. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, summer, summer, summer. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, summer, I love you, the summer. And me reading it without, like, really putting in all the emotive spirit in that does not do that justice at all. Just because all of that is taking place over this halftime groove, like, the entire song, like, summer always thought gets me right here. But for this one bit, the drums just dun 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 ga dun 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 ga, and it's almost as if like the song is trying to portray that moment of when you're with someone and you love them, but they do like one small little thing that is so them that you can't help but love it. And like all of time slows down for like a brief moment, and you're noticing everything, the way that like they pronounce their words, the placement of their tongue against their teeth and shit like that. And you're just like,
It's like when you're
oh
getting
my God.
high on being in love. It's like that feeling of getting high. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean.
I know exactly what you mean. It just sounds kind of like I even make this point in my video where it's I think literally the thing that pulls up on screen where for the last song, but like I say something like, "We get it ish, you're sappy and gay." Like I think that's the thing that I put in my video.
I mean,
and then I'm like saying like, "Hey, I'm Pan, god damn it." But no, it's such like this album.
That's also a thing I love about this album, actually, the lyrics specifically, that it is so open-ended as to because it's so simple and you're given so little information that it can apply to pretty much any love story, any romance. There's no gender specifically here.
That's true.
There's the situations are, unlike in most other emo lyrics that I know, not super specific.
Yeah. Most other emo songs, they're saying like the person's full name and address and their social security.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But where they first met and everything.
Saying their father's name in the song and stuff like that.
And this is just so vague, which I think you said this in your video, Ishmael, that this is probably the most poppy emo that you know.
It's definitely up there.
That's one of the qualities of like pop lyrics that they usually apply to the lowest common denominator. They apply to almost any person because they're not so specific. But in this case, it does that. It has that quality of being very broadly
accessible.
Yeah,
applicable.
But at the same time, it doesn't follow a traditional song structure the way a pop song would. So that makes it feel so much more authentic.
Yeah, it's super genuine, like
and honest. Yeah,
especially with like it's days like this that make me wish summer lasted forever. There's like choruses that then go into choruses again and stuff like that. Like very subtle things, but keep it fresh. It keeps it very fresh.
What makes it so special to me is like it's like the lyrics and the music like holding hands. Like they can't go without each other.
It's
like
true.
They're like both. They're both super like going with the flow of like the theme and the emotion. It's like super specific, and everyone has probably has like experienced something along these lines when listening to this album. Like it's such a unique feeling, and like everyone like knows what it is and can feel it again. It's like so mesmerizing. Like I don't want to stop listening to this album whenever I put it on. Don't want these feelings and thoughts to end.
That's another thing. It's only 10 minutes long.
It's only 10 minutes long, but every time I put it on, I listen to it at least 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's not wait, I guess we should talk about the final track before we like really start moving on to other stuff. But yeah, Everyone Asked About You is all the title track, the self-titled track of the self-titled EP of the band. is all about how like it's so simple too. It's like you're showing up to a party and the person that you're falling in love with isn't there. Well, you show up to a place, your crush promised you'd be there.
Implies that there's a group of people, which
I just always,
in my mind, I always picture a suburban American high school party. You know?
Oh, I always imagine an emo show, like in a basement.
I never pictured parties.
You said you were going to be at the snowing concert. What the fuck?
But that's also, again, that's the great thing about the lyrics. It could be anywhere. Everyone doesn't even have to be other people. It can just be. I think
you weren't at the Pig Destroyer concert. babe.
Yeah, I don't know why.
You
Like
didn't come to Sunday school.
I can't. Parties are like a thing I can relate the least to. So for me, it's like something like, I don't know, like a gathering, you like a place outside where friends always hang out at or something.
You didn't show up to the podcast recording as we scheduled it.
Yes, no, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. There we go, Alex. Now can you relate?
No.
Either way, the point of it is that they don't show up, and it's just like Vogan does such a good job of just catching that feeling of like, oh fuck, no, oh god, oh fuck, where were you last night?
Everything's
And then-
falling apart.
Yeah, you can feel these insecure thoughts creeping in, like, who were you with last night? I mean, we don't know who he was with or if he was with anyone
Yeah, it
else.
was-
The fact
honestly,
that
it
he
was
didn't
like-
show up
it-
makes
it's-
you question, where is that person? Who is that person with? This kind of jealousy and insecurity creeping in, and that's the first sign of it falling apart.
It,
Oh, it doesn't have to.
it
That's
doesn't
what-
have to be at all. Like for me, it could be like also.
But yeah,
like
but it
so-
doesn't have to.
It's like normal thoughts and like this situation, I guess, with someone. And that's part of the relationship where it could be literally nothing, and they like, I don't know, had something else to do, forgot about it or something. But like
Yeah.
you do still have these thoughts, and like the way the song is like written and everything, it doesn't like imply like how maybe I might have felt when it's like where it would kind of be more like a fucking full anxiety death grips live performance where Zach Hill felt extra energized or something. Like it's it's still like, it still has like these fluffy undertones and everything. It's like this like charming childlike almost insecurity.
But it's still, the insecurity is there, and that's what makes this song kind of stand out from the three previous ones.
So it's an interesting
It's-
song to end on.
Sort of, yeah, it's
Yeah,
the, because it's
absolutely.
not a clean, the love is not gone, it's still there. You still get that fluffy butterfly feeling, but reality and doubt and insecurity kind of comes creeping in, and that makes it kind of, that normalizes the whole thing, makes the magic kind of float up
Exactly.
into the air and disappear a little
That's-
bit.
That's why I love how like one of the few lines that is just like given a lot of time to speak is just everyone asked about you, where just everyone asked about you, and then like the instruments kind of play around. And I always like to imagine, I say this in my video, but like I always like to imagine that no one was really asking, and that you're just like you're just like, everyone's just as freaked out about this as me, right? Like where
Yeah.
are they? Where
Oh.
are they? And stuff like that's how I've always viewed it, of just like where is my love? Where's my love? And of course the final lyrics, I agree, are very twee and sweet. Each moment passed slowly and cruelly. I haven't talked to you in days, but it seems like it's been months. And it's just, man, haven't we been there before?
Yep.
Haven't we
Yeah.
fucking
It's,
been there?
What I love about the lyrics on this album is that there's no line on there that seems very original in any way. These are all lines that I could have heard on a lot of other albums, but they're just so genuine and so simple, and in that way, like, just
They don't need
so
to be
true
more
to the
complex or
emotion.
more specific.
yeah, they don't need to. It's so good.
Sometimes you don't want to let everyone know the name of your crush or whatever. Or like your favorite
Abby,
place.
who lives on 1789 Record Street. But no, I absolutely do love that too, where it's like, it's well trodden ground, but through the help of its instrumentation and production and stuff like that, it's able to really feel like, hyper itself. Like it's able to feel more loving and more sweet and kind than
It's very human.
its contemporaries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very human, for sure.
Also, the drums on this are really good. Like, I feel like a lot of people don't really talk about that. But they're really-
Everything is
like-
this is really good.
Everything on this is really good, but like the drums in particular, I feel like always get not talked about. In particular, the beat
that's
on
'cause you
Paper
play
Airplane and Paper Hearts.
drums.
Oh, yeah, Sorry, Drummer Pride. Can we get a? All my drummers in chat. Can we get a? But but there's little stuff like that where it definitely adds to the atmosphere, and it's way better than just playing some 4 on the floor stuff. And also the bass is so tight. It's just solid. It's just one of the most solid emo records. And then on top of that, it also has the additional joy of having one of the greatest vocalists in the entire genre to deliver the message. So fucking good.
Yeah, everything really just comes together perfectly on this album. If you want to feel something and you like emo music, go listen to this EP. I think that's the
I
gist
don't
of
care
this
what you want
episode.
or who you are, just listen to this.
If you've
You-
ever fallen in love with someone before, you're going to find something in this record. I can say that much.
And even if you haven't, maybe you'll fall in love with the record itself.
Absolutely.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's what
I think
happened
That's what
to
happened to
me.
all of us.
Beautiful. Maybe you can fall in love to this record.
I was about
That's
to say
literally my
that's
dream. I
fallen.
want that to happen.
I want if I had the 10-inch of this, I would absolutely sleep with it every night.
Take it out to dinner.
Take it out to dinner, prop it up beside me, shove spaghetti on it, then immediately clean it and feel like an idiot.
The stain that wouldn't go off. It reminds me of the 4th of July in 1996.
I have to say, this is, everyone asked about you, really re-inspired like my love of emo music. Because I've always loved emo music, like back when I was 16, but it was mostly like the hardcore stuff that the Cleveland scene liked, where it was like, dude, you're not listening to Scrams? What the fuck? And shit like that. The only like acceptable Midwest bands were like Cap and Jazz is the, ironically enough, it's the copy
Damn.
pasta allowed.
You grew
Snowing.
up in the copy pasta. What the fuck?
Oh, I grew up in the copy pasta for sure. For those that don't know, I'll just flash it on screen, give that a read. It's fucking hilarious. But one of the big things that I remember with emo music is that we would just always listen to the same stuff and never really expand out there. But after finding Everyone Asked About You, it made me want to do like so much digging and stuff like that, trying to find all the emo records that I could and stuff like that. There's so much good emo music that's just like, small little EPs that have been uploaded to YouTube and stuff like that. And I think this is a great intro into emo because I'm not trying to say that the four of us
Really
here
emo.
are cool or anything like that. And I'm also not trying to say that emo is as difficult a genre to get into as like free jazz or something. But I think
I think that depends on the person.
depends on the
Yes.
okay, look, I'm recommending someone this before Ascension, okay?
I'm the kind of guy who got into Madspell before I could listen to anything that was a bit more poppy. So
And you're the most hardcore motherfucker here, and we appreciate you. Because that is still the most wild fucking story that anyone's ever told me.
Yeah, to cut in real quick to like a thing you said earlier, like this album reminds me of another artist that gives me kind of this very similar feelings, but like more dreamy. I showed this to Stefan for sure. It's a guy called The Sweater I Gave You, found on Bandcamp a few years back.
Oh yeah, I remember that guy.
Yeah, so that's a recommendation from me if you like this one. He has like he put out like 5 or 6 singles or something, and that's it.
Oh yeah, Newhart. Yeah, no, I know this guy.
Yeah.
He's definitely a lot more lo-fi, but still really, really fucking solid shit.
All right. Do we have more to say on this EP?
So, Everyone Asked About You, self-titled EP. Is it real or is it fake emo?
Is it real or
The
fake emo?
last
Well,
Who cares?
final question.
Who cares?
cares? I think-
this is just
think-
good music. I don't care about if any...
Alex, don't you want to be cool though?
No, I hate being cool.
Don't you want to listen
Leave me
to
alone.
real emo that sounds energetic, powerful, and so what's the fucking line?
This album is also like a reminder, like with all the like simple instrumentation and stuff, melodies and simple lyrics. It's also like a reminder that who gives a fuck about like mathy riffs or weird time signatures. I just want good music that I like and that gives me feelings. I don't care about anything.
Just be genuine. Translate an emotion to music, and you'll touch people's hearts, and that's the message.
Exactly. You don't need to be playing an 11/8 to make people feel emotions.
You don't need to make any obscure references about very specific people and places in your life. It's okay. People will understand you.
No, do that. That's fun. That's fun. No, I absolutely agree. It's like, there's no mathy riffs. There's one cool riff in Me Versus You where feedback is a central part of the riff. That's awesome. I love that bit. But
very good riff. I love it.
yeah, but you don't need, as Alex said, you don't need this like beautiful mathy shit in 5/4 over the bar line and with polyrhythms and stuff like that. And it's cool. And if your sound needs that, then you should absolutely go ahead and throw it in. But this is also showing that emo music can just be real simple and absolutely super powerfully affecting. And I love it. I love it so fucking much.
I think that's an like along this recording.
Ache in my
I think
bones
that's an
and I
ache
can
in my
feel it.
bones. I can feel it. I can feel it. I've been feeling it.
It's ache in my heart. I can feel it breaking through.
Always gets me.
Well, that's good.
Oh, it
left in.
gets me right here.
Everyone, just throw in your favorite line from here. And
Cruelly Paul always gets me. It's so.
It always gets me right here. That's
was
the
the
best
honor.
part about the lyrics, that they're so simple. No matter what you're saying, there's such phrases, everyday phrases that are just whenever you're talking normally with like your peeps and stuff, like right now, you just start a sentence and it starts exactly like a sentence in the South.
Yeah.
Summer.
Man, I really don't know why all of the waking time this record's on my mind. Oh, we could have used any of these for the intro.
Oh yeah, no.
I was thinking about it.
We have our intro now. I think that's it. I think that's all we got.
Yeah, that's it for this episode. Thanks for listening. Check out that EP. And we'll be back some other Sunday with another album or music or whatever to discuss.
Exactly. EP is in the description. It's the YouTube link. Listen to this. It's super good. And yeah,
Yeehaw.
we'll be back eventually.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.